If you're planning on applying for a dependent visa, or you're in the UK and you're planning to assist your partner to join you soon, watch this video, honestly. Stop that. So hi guys, welcome once again to my channel. My name is Nell Griselda. On this channel I talk about nursing, I talk about migration, I talk about life in the UK as an immigrant in general. So if these are topics that interest you, please kindly subscribe. So guys, let me also say that I am a nurse and not an immigration advisor. Okay, I am not. This is just a disclaimer. Okay, seek professional immigration advice. Okay, I'm only reading what I've read from the internet. Okay, I do not offer personal immigration advice at all. Okay, thank you very much. A couple of years ago, my husband and I did apply for a dependent visa for him, and guys, we went through the questions together and it was very easy, very simple. But the questions I'm seeing now, guys, I've seen screenshots of these questions and they were never asked prior. So apparently from July 25th, 2023, the government of UK or the Home Office made changes to their relationship requirement when you're applying for dependent visa to join your spouse who's on any of the worker visa routes. So the tier 2 or the skilled worker visa is part if you're coming, which is a very popular one, I think. So if you're coming to join your spouse who's a nurse or a doctor or a healthcare assistant, you would be asked some of these questions. And there are other visa categories as well that if you are a dependent or you're applying as a dependent to join your partner on those visas, you'll be asked these same questions as well. So if your partner, if the main applicant is on any of these visa categories and you are applying as a dependent to join your partner, you're going to see these questions. I honestly believe they are being a bit too strict with their requirements these days because it's like now you're requiring to answer more questions, okay? And I think they're doing this because of the recent investigations that was going on. If you haven't seen this video, so there are apparently a couple of people that the UK Home Office cracked down. Apparently these people came to the UK with dependents who are not really related to them, and apparently they paid huge sums of money to connection men back in their home country, or sometimes even in the UK. Let's say they're coming as a healthcare assistant. When they get to the airport, they'll give them a man and a child that these are your dependents, go with them. Meanwhile, these are people that they had not even seen before, and this article or this documentary was quite popular. It was all over the place here in the UK. So it's like it's making the Home Office know that that's what people are doing. Guys, if we keep doing this and it keeps getting exposed, very soon if you're bringing your child, they might even ask for DNA, because the way things are going is like they're making it stricter and stricter. Guys, be vigilant, okay, and be honest in your application. I always say this. So let me show you a snippet of that video that I'm talking about for those that have not seen it yet.
Trafficking them by exploiting visas for skilled workers. We're calling this woman Mrs. A. When we meet, she's urgently seeking legal advice, claiming she's just one of the victims who handed over extraordinary amounts of money to come to the UK to fill Britain's job vacancies.
She had no idea this was going to happen.
Clearly. Mrs. A says she paid what she thought were recruiters in Sri Lanka the eye-watering sum of £65,000 to arrange work in Britain as a carer.
When I got to the airport, they gave me the work permit and the ticket and a boy.
Mrs. A says at the airport, the recruiters gave her a 12-year-old boy who she'd never seen before and was told he had to travel with her. She says they used a fake Sri Lankan passport for the boy and falsely claimed he was her dependent so he could travel on the work visa they'd secured for her.
It was last minute. I felt very scared but couldn't do anything about it. I didn't understand much. It was only after I arrived in the UK that I realized it was a big mistake.
So these are the new things that they are asking for. So now they're asking, one, was this an arranged marriage or a civil partnership? Hey, don't make a mistake. I know that everybody watching me is in a genuine relationship and you're applying as a genuine dependent. So make sure that you know the answer you're taking, okay? By the way, let me say this. If you're looking for a reliable money transfer app to send money from the UK, the EU to African countries like Ghana, Nigeria, and all these other African countries, I would recommend TransferGo. TransferGo is that app that is rated the best financial app on Trustpilot.com, guys. When you send money with TransferGo, in at most 30 minutes, the person is going to get the money. When you have any issues with the transfer, they have the best customer service, honestly, and they are regulated by the UK Financial Conduct Authority. They are very genuine, okay? And TransferGo is being used by over 4 million users worldwide. If you use an Android or an iOS phone, you can always still download TransferGo and make your first transfer now. And one amazing thing that TransferGo is now offering is the referral bonuses, guys. From now until the 30th of August, guys, you you get unlimited £30 reward when you refer a friend. So when you download TransferGo app with a link in the description, okay, and then you make your transfer using my referral link or my referral code, you can also generate your own referral link from the app. Okay, there's a way to do that from the app. Okay, all you have to do is let your friend use their referral link that you generated and let them send about £100 between two currencies in the first 6 months that they sign up. And guys, you get £30 per each friend that you invite. Can you imagine? So if you have 20 friends, look at how much you're earning. The only app that offers this is TransferGo. Yes, they love us that much. But the thing is, this whole referral £30 unlimited referral bonus offer ends by 30th of August. Okay, make sure that you use my referral link first before you go to refer your friends. Okay, thank you TransferGo for sponsoring today's video. Another question is, do you have 2 documents in both your names to show you have lived together at the same address for at least 2 years? So they are looking at tenancy agreement or a letter from the landlord, they're looking at mortgage agreements, they're looking at utility bills, bank statements, other bills like phone, television, cable television, and other official documents that shows that both of you have the same address, like a driver's license or a pay slip or anything like that. Yes. Now I'm sure you're asking, what if we just got married? Because for me, my husband and I, we got married in November and my husband joined me in February. So that was like about 3 months after that. So for us, we couldn't have been able to prove this. But don't worry, if you are in such a situation, there are other things that you can do as well. I'll read them to you, okay? They're also asking, have you lived continuously together for the last 2 years? That's another question that they're asking. And now they're asking, is it a proxy marriage or a proxy civil partnership? Let's check what proxy means, okay? It says a proxy marriage is a wedding in which one or both of the individuals being united are not physically present. Oh, usually being represented instead by other persons. If both partners are absent, this is known as a double proxy wedding. So you know that sometimes, let's say one of the partners, let's say the husband is abroad and was not able to get annual leave or was not able to travel, sometimes they can actually let somebody stand in for the person who's missing back in Africa or wherever, and the person will stand in for this person. So that is a proxy marriage. Okay, so if both of you were absent and it was done for you on behalf, because I recently observed something like that, both were absent and it was done for them by the family members there, you know, it's just an agreement, you know, so they joined via Zoom and then it was done, like the whole marriage ceremony was done. If that is done, that means a double proxy marriage or double proxy wedding. So now we all know what proxy means. Okay, were you actually present during the wedding? So if it was a proxy marriage, you say yes. If it was not, you say no. And if you say no, I think you should just add, for us, we added a statement from the registrar of marriage and whatever in Ghana. Or we knew that it was genuine. I mean, we're still married, but we also wanted, with visa application, they'll tell you that, oh, bring 1, 2, 3. But if you have 4, 5, 6 and you think they would also help in the decision, just add it to it. Okay, you'll not be penalized for sending too many documents, but you actually be penalized, or you bear the consequences when you don't submit enough documents to prove whatever you are saying. If you did not do a proxy marriage, okay, I think you should add pictures as well. Even if they say that pictures are not necessary, when you add it to it, it's not like they'll deny you for adding. And then they're also asking start of marriage or civil partnership. They're also asking, when did you get married or enter the civil partnership with this person? When exactly was the marriage? Now they're being a bit too detailed and they're asking relationship with your partner. Are you and your partner married or in a civil partnership? And then they're also asking, can you provide a marriage or civil partnership certificate? Yeah, guys, these are the questions that they're asking. So now this is the PDF document. Okay, people that are deciding on whether they should grant you the visa, this is their manual. This is what they go through. I'll leave a link to it so that you can read it for yourself. It's about 43 pages. You don't have to read everything, but there's parts that are specific to you. Okay, so with a relationship, they said the following requirements should be assessed in the round. Evidence of meeting one requirement will often also show the relationship meets the other requirements. Okay, if you doubt the evidence provided to meet any of the relationship requirements, you may request an applicant attends an interview. So this was not usually the case, but I think now if you're applying for a dependent visa and then the person deciding on your visa, the immigration or the home office, whatever, thinks that is not really convinced, they may ask you for an interview. And now they're saying that where an applicant fails to undertake an interview without a reasonable explanation as to why they are unable to do so, you must consider whether to refuse the application on grounds for refusal related to the failure to attend the interview. And now there's another paragraph explaining that. They're saying that the interview can only be rearranged if an applicant gives adequate reasons as to why they cannot attend the interview and the interview team are reasonably satisfied with these reasons. They want to know whether it's a forced marriage, is a genuine relationship, whether it's arranged, whether it's a proxy. I don't know. If it's proxy, are they going to deny you the visa? I don't know, because in our part of the world, proxy marriages are real marriages. And then also partners, if you're applying as a spouse, it says the applicant and their partner must not be closely related that they would be prohibited from marrying or entering into a civil partnership with each other. And then it's also saying that dependent partners partners must be able to prove the relationship with the lead applicant, who must hold and be granted permission in their road claim to enable the dependent partner to apply. It says that marriage certificates and civil partnership certificates can be used to demonstrate proof of relationship, but other documentation is also acceptable as proof of relationship. This could be, for example, a letter from a registrar or government authority from the country in which the marriage was contracted, confirming that it was registered properly. So that's the example of what I was saying that we did. So if your marriage is not, say, it's not up to 2 years, that doesn't mean that your partner is going to be able to join you. If you're able to provide other documents as well to prove the genuineness of your relationship, you will still get a visa, okay? And then they said when the applicants are unmarried or not in a civil partnership, satisfactory evidence provided to meet the relationship requirements below is likely also to satisfy the requirements, okay? You know that you can move to the UK with your married partner or your unmarried partner that you've been living together for 2 years. So even if you don't have a marriage certificate, but you have to prove that you were living together for 2 years as well, it will be granted, okay? So guys, all I have to say is that when you're applying for a dependent visa these days, you have to be very careful. Understand what the words mean if you see anything that you do not understand, because now they're being a bit too strict because they know that some people were doing fake marriages and coming here. So now they're being a bit too strict, and be very honest in your application, okay? There's a way for you to come to the UK. You do not have to marry somebody that you don't like. Make sure everything is genuine. Some of these things, they pop up in the future. You forget yourself, they'll pop up, and then everything that you worked for will just go down the drain. So just be honest in the application, okay? That's all I'll say. And if you're applying as well, make sure that you understand what you're applying, what you are ticking. If you're ticking yes, understand what you're ticking yes for, and when you finish, just go over and go over again to see that everything is right and on point, okay? And submit any documents that you think will help in proving your point, okay, or confirming that you are indeed a partner of this person. Thank you so much for watching, okay? I hope you learned something. I'll leave links in the description to all these documents that I read. Thank you so much. Bye. Thank you. Bye.